Hello and welcome to Dark Souls Remastered. Prepare to die with us here at Crazy Jelly Comes as we walk through the wondrous world of Lordran, one of the coolest dark fantasy worlds ever created, even though it's kind of ripped off of Berserk. With me is my co-host, Jelly Lord. Introduce yourself.
For like the past couple weeks, we just haven't introduced ourselves. So it's weird that we're going back to that.
Well, you should have done it on Mega Man and Half-Life. So.
No.
I only introduced on the first part, I should add. I'm not going to do it on later parts.
Yeah, that's fair.
If you're already watching. If you watch a part, I want to know if anyone ever watches parts out of context and in different orders. That's got to be fun. We'll be playing as a pyromancer for the start. Your starting class does not matter. You can be whoever you want. It just gives you slightly higher stats in various areas, depending on who you choose.
Mm-hmm.
So, doesn't really matter. Let's learn about our world history.
So, I don't know anything about this game. I'm not going to say anything.
I would say be quiet and watch, but that's going to be boring for the commentary, so just like half watch while I explain shit. Basically, in the olden days, there was basically just darkness, fog everywhere. There were giant ancient trees with dragons and big other monsters and creatures. We'll just call them lords. Eventually, they got fire, and with the fire, 4 specific ones rose up, and then the race of man was created. And with them, they got the Dark Soul, which is slightly ahead of what the cutscene's at. These will be our 4 big bosses throughout the game, kind of. Because one of them, the Witch of Izalith, is going to be a bit of a puzzle boss fight, and it's not very good. But the others are more traditional boss fights. Oh, and then also, the other lord of this game, Seath, did not get a Lord Soul. He was bequeathed one later, but he didn't start out with one. He was just given one because he helped them fight the dragons. He's betrayed all of them.
Nice.
But basically, there's a big old war with these guys coming out on top, and then kind of formed the world around that with humanity just kind of dead center under their whims.
Yeah, I think for non-fans like me, I think the most iconic part of Dark Souls, other than the fact that they're really hard games, is like the enemy design. I think.
Oh, yeah, the enemy design in this game goes hard.
Yeah,
very good.
Like, you could show me an enemy design and I could like almost immediately tell you that it's from a Dark Souls game.
Unless it's Dark Souls 2, those enemies are a lot different, but I'm gonna have myself there. Dark Souls 2 is a very weird sequel that really makes sense once Elden Ring was made, but yeah.
Are we gonna have some Dark Souls hot takes from you? From Souls games?
Not really. There aren't too many hot takes to be had in Dark Souls. The community is a little more open as far as lore and what you prefer goes. Other than like PvP and such, then people get a bit more defensive on that. I'm on the field. I don't really like the PvP in these games.
Mm-hmm.
Especially the first one, because it's pretty much all predicated on using a glitch that'll teleport you behind someone's back and automatically get a backstab.
Mm-hmm.
Which is basically just a one-hit kill because people always have the bills for it. It's stupid. But that really only impacts you if you play online. and it depends on how many people are on. Like, I guess nobody was on because I never really got invaded in this by any players, just NPCs and scripted events. So this is now introducing our player character. So, to explain the Age of Fire, basically everything is good while the fire is high. But as the fire begins to die out, the undead curse begins to affect man.
This is your fate.
And basically, all men, all humans, I guess, gain something called the dark sign on them, which stops them from dying. When you are supposed to die, you are resurrected, but the more and more you're resurrected, the more your memories begin to fade, and you become more and more hollow. Like that husk right there. When you're hollow, you have pretty much no semblance of personality left. Kind of just a wandering zombie.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, no one knows what to do. The lords have just kind of backed away. Well, actually, people do know what to do, actually. What you have to do is you have to reassemble the Lord Souls.
Mm-hmm.
To give them all to one person. And basically sacrifice yourself to the fire. And it'll bring it back. Or the other ending to this game is you can basically shut out the fire. But something, as you'll see in later games, the world's just kind of on an endless loop. The fire will always go out if it's begun, and if the fire is put out, someone will eventually reignite it. The world's just constantly looping. Constantly regaining the souls, to the point where the Lord's souls don't even mean anything anymore. And you have new ones. That's by Dark Souls 3. 2 doesn't really push that narrative as well, because 2 is weird.
Mm-hmm.
This is our first area. This is a little learning area. It's the Undead Asylum, and this is our first boss fight.
He's a
The
big
Asylum
boy.
Demon. We do 2 damage to him.
Okay.
So this is that tutorial boss you're not supposed to beat. However, unlike Demon Souls or other games, you don't have to die. In fact, if you die, you have to keep doing this until you figure out what you're supposed to do. Which is get the fuck out of here.
Well, can you actually kill it?
Yes.
Okay.
It takes a very long time, but you can kill it. Because you're going to have to kill it. But you're supposed to run through that door so you can now go get your weapons and gear, which will let you, actually do damage.
Yeah.
And also run through all the tutorials.
So I noticed you're playing Dark Souls Remastered. What are the differences between the original and this? Because it still kind of looks like a PS3 era kind of game graphically.
There are no differences.
Oh.
Some of the spells look slightly higher detailed. And the FPS and resolutions turned up. And that's it. This is a shitty remaster. Especially with the Demon Souls remake and how quality that is. People were pretty pissed about this.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those things where it's like, I guess it's the definitive way to play it, but it's basically the same as the original. It doesn't introduce any new bugs, but it doesn't really fix anything.
Nope.
It's just the same thing. Look at that trap. But it's also a way in. That's the guy who gave us a key. He's not in a good fate. But he's also kind of saintly. They shine a sun on him, and it kind of almost looks like he's a saint. Kind of funny.
It's like, can you please
But
move
next
me
time
to
we
the-
see him, he's wearing armor. It's okay. Next time we see this guy, he's going to be hollow, and yeah, we have to kill him because he's going to kill us. Because basically, he's going to die here, and when he comes back, he'll be hollowed. Ain't that fun?
Now, I know we're kind of in like water, but like, why is everything so shiny?
I don't know.
Like the
I guess the slime.
the stone and everything. Does it look like that throughout the whole game?
Depends on the area, because this has direct sunlight on it. You definitely want to talk to this guy. He gives you Estus. You can not you can miss him and not get Estus for the entire game
I would hate to harm you after death.
Huh.
until you come back here in a really convoluted way and kill him, at which point he will drop the Estus.
And I mean, we could just kill him now, get it over with, and then kill him again.
Why?
Yeah, he's gonna die anyway.
We're gonna come back here anyways, because there's items we need to get.
Yeah, but you can just get it over with.
And he's already dead. He's just a corpse right now.
Well, just wait for him
So you
to
can't do
become
anything.
hollow.
That doesn't happen in real time.
Well, that's lame.
I don't care. Anyways, we do damage now.
Ooh,
Parry
right in the
time.
dick. Dodge.
I don't know if this is... Oh yeah, I should add. I forgot. I haven't mentioned this at all. So, this is kind of a cheated playthrough. This is a dual playthrough between me and my brother, because my brother's really good at the game. So, I wanted to get this done on time. So anyways, me and him are kind of swapping the controller as we go. So sometimes the playstyle will be a bit different.
Can you do the thing that you can do in Elden Ring where you just do like full-on multiplayer playthrough?
Kind of. But like in Elden Ring, multiplayer playthroughs are really annoying in Dark Souls. You have to do a bunch of stuff. And even then, when you put down your sign to be summoned by someone, someone else could also summon you. You have to have the right level next to each other, or in the case of Dark Souls 2, you have to have the right soul memory. Anyways, that guy's a pussy bitch. It's a lot of annoying stuff just to play the game together, and even then, you can only play and explore through one world. Because once a world's clear, you can't summon anyone in that area once the boss is dead.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta manage it right. It's just, it's not worth it. Just play the game alone. Maybe have a friend who's near your level to help you out if they're experienced.
Breath of the Wild moment.
Nope. Cutscene time.
Aw.
Barely any of those in Breath of the Wild.
It kind of is a Breath of the Wild moment. You're standing at the edge looking off into the distance, except you can't actually go over there.
Yeah, but Breath of the Wild doesn't have that.
Oh. You didn't dodge roll.
You don't need to.
He's just riding him.
There's just random birds and creatures that is going to carry you across the world. Why they do it, we don't know. How they know to do it and how long they're watching, we don't know, but they do it.
Well, that's fun.
Alright, off to Lordran. We made it out of the Undead Asylum.
Yay.
We'll be back there eventually to get some items, but...
And if they have an asylum, why not just kill the people in it?
Well, because they keep coming back. That's what the undead curse is. You cannot die.
Well, apparently it takes a while for them to come back, so you could just keep killing them and let them come back and then kill them again.
Well, you see, that's a real big problem with ammunition and weapons being blunted. That's, like, too much effort. And they probably did do that. But, like, clearly everything here is decaying and in ruins and no one cares.
You could also just throw them off a cliff.
There's basically no functioning society right now. Everything's empty and people are just kind of traveling around. Anyways, we spend a lot of times in menus leveling up stuff. A lot of that's going to be cut out. And then also, you can skip through dialogue, and we'll probably skip through a lot of it because it can take... Sometimes NPCs will go on forever.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll kind of speed through some of them. Other characters will leave intact. It just depends. Anyways, this guy... there's one of these guys in every single game. They're very... depressing. They don't really like you, but they're kind of helpful. They'll explain what you're supposed to do. And what we need to do is we need to ring 2 bells. We need to ring one at the highest point of the world and one at the lowest point of the world. Except both are a lie. You can go higher and lower than both the bells. Ain't that fun?
Yeah.
But we'll get to that later. For now, we gotta listen to this guy. Why am I not skipping? Oh my gosh, he's slow.
His mouth isn't moving.
At least the voice acting is good.
Yeah, it's a new arrival. He kind of sounded goofy when he started talking.
It's a little bit. It's supposed to be off or odd, I guess. Nothing's supposed to feel right. Nothing's supposed to feel at home in these games. The closest thing is like Majula, the hub town of Dark Souls 3 or 2. I mean, all right. I hope you're ready for some more NPC dialogue. We got another guy to talk to.
He's got some big armor.
Yeah, this guy is a cleric, and he's a vendor and kind of a dick. He don't like you. He literally tells you keep a. Yeah, he literally wants you to stay away from him.
Hello there, General Kenobi.
You can't say keep your distance without it coming off without ill will or whatever. But now we got a gift.
I mean, no ill will, but if you step 1 foot closer to me, I will stab you.
Anyways, we got a copper coin. You can't use it for any money. If you use it for a short burst of time, you get a higher item find rate.
Oh, neat.
Oh, what is it?
Realizing my mistake, I gotta hit yes.
A covenant with the gods.
Hit yes to like every NPC other than this one guy who asks you if you're a cleric. Don't ever tell him you're a cleric.
Now let me share my
Why will he fight you?
Yeah, we'll see him later, much later in the second half. Oh cool, I finally cut him off. We also get gestures from these guys. I don't really use them though. Because me and my brother are stupid and never got the one ultra important gesture you need, which is praise the sun.
That's
that ridiculous one where you stand on your tippy toes and raise your arms. Oh yeah, here's the speed up.
Gotta go fast.
Frankly, with the length of this part, I don't even know why I have it. Probably could have just left it out. Oh well. It's just we're just grabbing all the items around this place.
I don't usually speed things up unless it's like a like something that I like fucked up and had to do again, or like the game glitched and I had to play again, or something like that.
I don't know, for whatever reason, I just wanted to show this part of the game. Oh well, yeah. There's a lot. There's a surprising amount you can find here. Like our new weapon, the Morning Star.
The Morning
This is a little graveyard. It leads down to the Undead Crypt. And it has skeletons. So skeletons in this game cannot be killed without a certain weapon type. They just kind of reform and keep fighting you.
Mm-hmm.
This is one of those things the game tells you about in a couple different item subscreens. So this game expects you to read everything. This is our Firekeeper. She reinforces our Estus flask, keeps that flame going, and she can't talk. She don't have a tongue or eyesight. Firekeepers don't have eyesight.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
how you know
and they're
the
not supposed to
fire's
talk.
still going if you can't see it?
She just kind of sits there behind a jail cell, keeping the fire going. It's yeah, basically slavery.
Ow.
Anyways, let's get out of here. These guys aren't nice.
Combat looks a little stiff.
It depends on your weapon.
This fucker shooting.
And yes, it is, because when you enter in an animation, you cannot move, and you cannot cancel the animation. The game wants you to be purposeful with every action you do. So you can't, you don't get a chance to back up.
He didn't quite reach you there.
No, he did not. And that's okay.
Oh.
Yep, there's items back here.
Wow.
There's a lot of that in these games.
That's a dick move. I thought you were just gonna die.
Oh, but you haven't even seen what jumping looks like. You're about to. Basically, you have to sprint, and click the left thumbstick, and you'll do that little jump. That's it. That's all you get.
See, earlier
You cannot move in midair. You, if you screw up, you're falling to your death.
Earlier, when you were like looking for the items, I thought it was like a sort of Ocarina of Time sort of jump where it did it automatically, but I guess
nope.
not. That's stupid.
Yep. Actually, in Dark Souls 2, there's an armor you can get that lets you, like, just gives you a jump button. And they clearly did not balance for it, because you can break every part of the map.
Well, that's just awesome, then.
Yeah, Dark Souls 2 is really fucking weird.
Can't you, in Elden Ring, can't you just jump, like, any other
game? Because Elden Ring's different from Dark Souls.
Yeah. I know,
it has its own differences, but yeah, you do get a jump button in it, and also Sekiro.
I say that because it is kind of a funny parallel with the other 3D Zelda games, because Breath of the Wild, you could not manually jump until, or Zelda, you could not manually jump until Breath of the Wild, which is the, the open world version.
I think Sekiro did come out before Breath of the Wild, though, so I think From Software wins there. They also got a grappling hook first, so fuck you, Halo.
Ow.
Ow.
Why are you comparing Halo and Souls games?
Because this is going to be a lot more fun than Halo 1, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, so far it is.
Yeah. Look at that, they even have traps for you, isn't that fun? This is why you don't want to be Hollow. This is what you're like.
You're just a zombie.
Yeah.
Why don't they just call it a zombie? Who the hell was that?
Because, for whatever reason, in any game with zombies, they can never just call them zombies. They have to come up with an in-universe term.
What was that ghost dude?
Okay, so those are after images of other players. They'll just kind of appear around. You can find bloodstains on the ground, and if you press it, you'll see like a 5-second recording right before they died. And it can kind of give you a hint of how they died. And the most common ones will be ones right next to cliffs, and if you activate it, you'll just watch a player run off the cliff. Yep.
That's like
amazing.
That's like when you play Mario Maker on a really hard level. You can see like where everyone dies whenever you die. And you can see whether or not, you're just bad at the game or if you're struggling at the same rate everyone else is.
Yeah. Depending on the level, yes.
Just like,
every level in that game is just Kaiser Mario on steroids.
Oh, it's like, oh yeah, everyone dies to that thwomp at the start of the level. That's good. Good to know. Oh, dragon.
That's not a dragon.
That's a dragon.
There are no dragons. That's a wyvern. They're different.
That's a fucking dragon.
I have to make that distinction. It's not a dragon.
Well, what's the difference?
Design and species. Dragons are immortal as well. As long as they have their scales. They are immortal and invincible. The only thing that knocks off scales is lightning. That's what Seth did. When he betrayed the dragons, he told Gwyn that lightning is their weakness, so Gwyn just got really good with lightning and sunlight. And, just broke off all their scales and killed all the dragons.
Man, that's just like saying an eagle and a pigeon are both not birds.
We'll call the overall species ancient ones. I don't know.
No, too many.
But wyverns are different.
Too many different franchises have their own set of ancient ones, so that won't work.
Is it the only good ancient one's Cthulhu, anyways? Thanks to H.P. Lovecraft.
Thank you.
Well, now.
Yeah, I love this guy's voice.
Well, now.
Oh yeah, there's another term you'll hear a lot in Dark Souls. Thank you kindly.
Well, now, if it isn't Dark Souls remastered for the Xbox One. Wow.
Hey, I could be playing the PS3 original. It'll look the exact same. Ow.
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 Combos. They can attack together.
Oh shit.
Those two hollows have synergy. They were twins in their previous life.
Dude, there are a couple of times in this playthrough where the hollows just pull off like sick combos or sick dodges, and you're gonna see me very dumbstruck. Anyways, we got a club now. Look at that.
Yay, club. The corpses are so good.
Okay, corpse physics in these games are hilarious.
Dude, you're getting wrecked
No
by
reach
these
there.
guys.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure this is me playing because it's poor.
Well, you're kind of getting, like, I would be getting fucked in this area, too. Though I'm a noob, so...
Yeah, I'm just kind of playing with not caring right now, so...
So this is an ancient medieval world, but they have, like, metal ladders, like a fucking New York City.
They're really good at smithing.
Okay,
And metalworking,
Yeah, that'd be pretty hard to
Ow.
do, like, in medieval times, to make a ladder like that.
Accidental roll. Or jump.
Yeah, I imagine having the stick click be the jump button just would fuck me over.
You actually do have another option. The sprint button is B, and you can make it so you can jump with that as well. So you're just sprinting, you let go of the B button, and then press it again, and that's how you jump.
Huh.
That's the only other option.
I mean, that's, I think, better than the stick click.
Personally, I think so too. My brother does not. He was very pissed when I kept changing it. And that's kind of what's going on here. I think it's us fighting over the jump button. View. So ladder climbing in Dark Souls 1 is god awful. You can't speed up the ladder, you can't speed down. Dark Souls 2, funny enough, has the best, because you can sprint up a ladder and you can just slide down it. Dark Souls 3 takes away your ability to sprint up the ladder, but you can still slide down, so... why?
Huh.
Don't...
It's
so-
more
it's just a really
dramatic
bizarre
and
thing.
immersive, okay?
On certain ladders, but it ain't fun.
It's like in that one Metal Gear game where you're climbing the ladder for like 10 minutes.
I haven't played any of the Metal Gear games, I'm sorry.
Neither have I. I need to, though.
A little bit of Rising, that's about it.
Ooh, shit.
Ooh.
Oh, hey.
He's resting too. Look at that bonfire.
I don't really see the point in
Jump cut.
the players, like seeing other players and how they played. I mean, it's helpful.
So basically,
for-
every world is connected
Uh-huh.
in weird ways and through weird times. There are enemies who will basically fuck up your world, escape back to theirs, so you have to go and invade them. It's very bizarre. I have no idea how it works. It just is there. Dark Souls lore is weird.
No, so they actually have a lore
There's a point in
explanation?
Dark Souls 3 where you just walk through a corridor and you're suddenly in another time span or another plane of time. So, yeah. This game does not make sense.
Yeah. All these one-shot enemies.
Yeah.
When do we get to fight another boss?
Well, at the end of this part, we're on our way to him. I think. Anyways, those black
Ooh.
fire bombs are going to be important in like 10 parts from now. So, remember those, I guess.
I won't. It's like 5 weeks real time for us.
10 weeks, actually. For the audience, I guess.
Oh.
Bitch. Funny enough, this is the only Souls game, I think, that changes the camera as you attack. It, like, follows you.
Mhm.
In other games, it's just static. So it doesn't change at all. Okay, so did you see that little chain to the right of the chest?
Nope, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, I'll try to point it out again. Basically, that chain is your only
it's-
clue
it's a freaking
as to
mimic.
whether, as to whether or not it's a mimic. If it's curved, it's good. If it's straight, it's a mimic. You can, if you're unsure, you can also look very, very closely at the chest, and you may see it breathing. In which case, it's a mimic. The other method is to hit it, but you may break the chest, which completely ruins the item in it. So, Maybe you don't do
So
that.
just sit and stare at the box for a minute before you open it.
Or just look at the chain because it's faster. Otherwise, you get eaten by your treasure. Ain't that fun?
That is fun.
I want that item.
Then jump for it.
You can't jump over railing. The jump gives you no vertical height. It's only to get across gaps.
Oh, shit. These guys just kind of come out of nowhere sometimes.
They're fun. They're just kind of there, waiting for someone to show up so they can kill them.
They're like camping. Like half of them are.
Yeah. There are worse ones, too, if you could believe it.
Ow. That freaking corpse is
Bitch.
having a party.
Yeah. They get stuck on you sometimes, and they'll be with you for like a few minutes, and it's funny.
That's fun.
Kind of takes you out of it. Thank goodness in later games they turned
Ooh.
it down like significantly.
It's a big
Alright,
boy.
come here, bitch. Those are Black Knights. They're very powerful. They can pretty much one-shot you at this point in the game. So, their method, parry.
And then slap them in the dick.
And then parry again because you don't do a lot of damage. Bitch.
Why does it look like you're slapping him right in the fucking dick every time?
Get used to it. We're going to be fighting a lot of these guys. They will give you good items when you kill them. Uh-oh.
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 Oh, panic.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Shit.
you got it. Mm-hmm.
Oh, what the fuck? Back away. There's some shit going down here. There we go. I don't know why, but I kept missing it. Probably because I keep trying to change to dual wielding, because it does a little bit more damage. There we go. Bitch.
Ooh.
Can't even use that item for a very long time, but I'm glad to have it. It's an upgrade item, so.
Was it worth it?
And, I don't think we even use that ring, so. For the upgrade item, yes, but not for the ring. Well, you also want to try and get their weapons. Because their weapon, specifically the Black Knight Halberd, is basically the best weapon in the game.
Mm-hmm.
And once we get it, we basically use that for the rest of the game.
Nice.
Till a certain area.
Wow, this is
Look at that world.
grand.
It is pretty, though. I think it's a good looking game.
It's very grand. Who built all this shit?
The Lords and humans. The fucking monkey stole a dick.
I wish the camera was zoomed out more. Ooh,
I hope you almost had a heart attack there, because we did. Whee!
I like how you have to take damage there.
You don't have to. It's optional. And it just took us to where that that Black Knight was, so it was nothing. It was pointless. To explain those knights, those are the Knights of Gwyn. Normally they're silver armored. Those black ones are a bit more powerful, but basically those guys are completely charred inside and out because fire.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of sucks to be them. They're just kind of always burning. Probably why they're so pissed and aggressive. Also, their helmets make no sense. Alright, boss time.
Yay! Into the fog.
Except not yet. He has to spawn. But before that, we're going to go fight some archers. So they put archers up here that will shoot you while you fight the boss, because they're dicks.
That's fun. Roll!
Yeah. So that's why we're up here killing them.
Bang.
How you're supposed to know this your first time through? You don't. Get fucked.
It's freaking Kaizo Trap. This is Kaizo 3D adventure game.
There's a reason the edition of the game that comes with DLC is just called Prepare to Die Edition. Even Bandai Namco went in on the meme.
Prepare to die.
Where is he? Oh, he's up here now.
Taurus.
Anyways, we're gonna deal a ton of damage to him now. once we apply our resin. We now do lightning damage for a bit.
Nice.
Fuck you, health bar.
This guy's a bitch. Ow. Oh, no, you dodged.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell when you dodge or not. Wow,
yeah,
this
you're
is
gonna be looking at his dick for a bit.
this is very up close and personal. That's what I was saying earlier. I wish the camera was zoomed out more. so close.
There are a couple points that'll zoom out, but it's very rare.
It's just so close. It feels like my view is limited, and that contributes to like the cheap shots.
Yeah. It was probably purposeful on the developer's part because
Probably.
they're dicks.
Yeah.
Yeah. First boss down. Time for our reward.
I would be breaking all of these barrels and shit if it were my first playthrough.
You can.
Wow.
We don't have the emote, so we can't praise the sun, but there it is.
So pretty. Look at those god rays.
Time to go talk to the best NPC in the game. This is our best friend, Solaire.
Solaire. He's the one everyone wants in Smash.
Yeah. Yeah. We love him. Never skip through his dialogue. Always listen. Because it's great. He's so upbeat and jolly, and we love him.
He's the embodiment of the indomitable human spirit.
No, he's literally here to be the tutorial for the summon system to summon other players to help you.
Oh.
But he does have his own plot within the game, and I won't say much on it. Because we'll get to see it. But for now, just listen to his soft, lovely voice.
Yes,
Of course, buddy.
yes,
We
yes.
always yes. We'll always answer yes for you, buddy.
The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric waves
In a strange land. It's the insane ones who are called.
longer your world and mine
Wait.
will remain
It's the sane ones who are called crazy. That's
Don't worry about it.
That's what we got.
the gaps between the worlds and engage in purely
Anyways, this guy gave us the white soapstone. Basically, with that, you can put your summon sign on the ground. Other worlds can see it. That's how you do PvP, or how you do cooperation. As someone can summon you, and you'll be in their world until a boss is defeated or the player dies.
Nice. So
But then you can't. Once the boss is beaten, you can't be resummoned in that area, and you cannot put down your summon sign. Because fuck you.
that's stupid. Hello there. Everyone's freaking Obi-Wan Kenobi.
The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. I love his dialogue.
If only I could be so glossy and incandescent.
Anyways, I hope you like that guy because we're gonna kill him later.
Why?
Because Dark Souls.
But he's so
He gets
happy.
depressed throughout the game, and unless you do a very specific thing, which we do not do, you're gonna have to kill him.
Ow.
Because he goes hollow.
Well, just don't let that
Everyone
happen.
goes hollow.
Re-record the playthrough. Don't let it happen.
Nope. It's already in the game. It's already edited.
That's just incredibly disappointing.
Yeah, it sucks too, because he's really fucking powerful. He destroys bosses if you summon him.
Damn. Well, that was a game.
It is definitely one of the most unique games of the current times, even though it's like a decade old now. Where did the time go, huh?
Even compared to like other Souls games.
Well, the only one older than this is Demon Souls.
I know. I'm saying like it's unique even compared to those games.
Yeah, because Demon Souls is actually kind of level based. And then after this, the worlds aren't as well connected. This almost has a Metroidvania feel to it, and the way the world opens up with shortcuts and such. You don't actually get fast travel until about midway through the game, and you can only fast travel to certain points anyways. Versus every other game, which lets you teleport to every single bonfire. Dark Souls 3 has a bit of a better connected world, but still there are separated areas that you can only get through to loading screens.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just not as good.
Interesting.
But as far as structure goes, and you tone and feel, none of the other games capture it quite the same as this game. Because Dark Souls 3 gets close, but it has its own feel, and Dark Souls 2 is whatever the hell Dark Souls 2 is.
Mm-hmm.
It's different.